Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our reading was of God Genesis chapter 43. Let's read it together. Now the famine was still severe in the land. So when they had eaten all the grain they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and buy us a little more food." But Judah said to him, "The man wonders, Salome. You will not see my face again unless your father is with you. If we will send our father along with us, we will go down and buy food for you. But if you will not send him, we will not go down, because the man said to us, 'You will not see my face again unless your father is with you.'" Israel asked, "Why did you bring the trouble on me by telling the man you had another brother?" They replied, "The man questioned us closely about ourselves and our family. 'Is your father still living?' He asked us, 'Do you have another brother?' We simply answered his question. How were we to know he would say, 'Bring your father down here'?" Then Judah said to Israel his father, "Send the boy along with me, and we will go at once, so that we and you and our children may live and not die. I myself will guarantee this safety. You can hold me personally responsible for him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him here before you, I will bear the blame before you all my life. As it is, if we have not delayed, we could have gone and returned twice." Then their father Israel said to them, "If it must be, then do this. Put some of the best products of the land in your bags and take them down to the man as a gift, a little farm and a little honey, a little spice and myrrh, some pistachio nuts and almonds. Take double the amount of silver with you, for you must return the silver that was put back into the mouth of your sack. Perhaps it was a mistake. Take your father also and go back to the man at once. And may God Almighty grant you mercy before the man, so that he will let your other brother and Benjamin come back with you as for me. If I am believed, I am believed." So the man took the gifts and doubled the amount of silver, and Benjamin also. They hurried down to Egypt and presented themselves to Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to the steward of his house, "Take this man to my house, slaughter an animal, and prepare dinner. They are to eat with me at noon." The man did as Joseph told him, and took the man to Joseph's house. Now the men were frightened when they were taken to his house. They thought, "We were brought here because of his silver that was put back into our sacks the first time. He wants to attack us and overpower us and seize our slaves and take our donkeys." So they went up to Joseph's steward and spoke to him at the entrance to the house. "Please, sir," they said, "we came down here the first time to buy food. But at the place where we stopped for the night, we opened our sacks, and each of us found his silver, the exact weight in the mouth of his sack. So we have brought it back with us. We have also brought additional silver with us to buy food. We don't know who put our silver in our sack." "It's all right," he said. "Don't be afraid. Your God, the God of your father, has given your treasure in your sacks. I receive your silver." Then he brought Simeon out to them. The steward took the man into Joseph's house, gave them water to wash their feet, and provide fodder for their donkeys. They prepared their gifts for Joseph's arrival at dawn because they had heard that they were to eat there. When Joseph came home, they presented to him the gifts they had brought into the house, and they bowed down before him to the ground. He asked them how they were, and then he said, "How is your aged father you told me about? Is he still living?" They replied, "Your servant our father is still alive and well," and they bowed low to pay him honor. As he looked about and saw his brother Benjamin, his own mother's son, he asked, "Is this your youngest brother, the one you told me about?" And he said, "God, he gracious to you, my son." Deeply moved at the sight of his brother, Joseph hurried out and looked for a place to weep. He went into his private room and wept there. After he had washed his face, he came out and, controlling himself, said, "Serve the food." They served him by himself, the brothers by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate them by themselves, because Egyptians could not eat with Hebrews, for that he detestable to Egyptians. The men had been seated before him in order to over their ages, from the firstborn to the youngest, and they looked at each other in astonishment. When the portions were served to them from Joseph's table, Benjamin's portion was 5 times as much as anyone else, so they feasted and drank freely with him. Genesis chapter 43, verses 1 through 34. Thank you.